Hey everyone, what's up? This is Blaze. Welcome to another storm setup video. People always request these, so I decided to make it now that I have the two gear pieces that I was going for. That's basically what I was spending my time doing on my storm characters, just kind of perfecting the gear for whenever the new world's going to come out. So we are completely prepared for it whenever that decides to be released. I'm just hanging out in my Wisteria house that I bought one time because I usually I'm pretty close to max gold in this character because I don't spend too much of it. And yeah, welcome to my undecorated Wisteria house. But this video is going to be looking at some of my, or all of my storm stats and kind of talking about them, at least the new ones, because the last time I did this video, which got a great response, people apparently really like learning about my stats on my storm wizard. And the last one, I think I had almost all of the Darkmoor drops. I don't think I had all of them. And I had my pet done. That was right when I finished my pet. So we've come a long ways since then. But yeah, let's go ahead and start looking at the individual pieces of gear. So the hat is the Malister's Cowl of Flux, which is obviously the best by far compared to any other thing that you can get. Same with all like the three main pieces of Malister gear. I mean, there is other things that could give better crit if you want that, but ultimately these stats are just insane. The most overpowered thing I would have to say is this robe right here. 25% accuracy just from this robe. I remember mentioning that back in the other video. This is still just crazy. I mean, look at that 25 accuracy for storm on this one. Just kind of crazy if looking back at each of these and seeing how good they are. But yeah, there's the robe and then the boots here. The boots don't give any crit, but I do have my heavy rain slippers in case I want 40 extra crit. That's the only real reason that I would use these. But yeah, ultimately the best just general stats comes from these Malister sets. So the Malister, these three items are what you're going for in Darkmoor. So those are the best things on those pieces. But let's head over to the wand that I always use. I used to kind of sometimes put on this wand. I don't have the other wand that gives more block than this. Can't remember what it's called. But I used to put this on for certain fights because I'm like, you know what, I don't think I have enough block. I don't even do that anymore. This wand is so good with 223 block. Like, let me just look at what percentage or not block, 223 crit. That gives me 45%. 45% of my critical rating, almost half, comes from just that wand. So I use it all the time because it's just insane. 223 crit and then 7 incoming on that. So I use that all the time. I have it stitched to my lightning bolt. So moving on, this on the theme here, this is something that I've been kind of debating with people on stream and stuff. I used to use the Blade of the Shadow Palace, and then people kind of convinced me that the Dragon's Talon of Tumult is actually better, and I agree with them because the 25 or 27% outgoing isn't even that good. I would rather have 15% incoming. It's one less damage, but I think the other stats kind of make up for that. 2% more power pip. My power pip is amazing right now. And then the other stats are, pretty decent. I don't even need the 2% accuracy because I'm already at like 30 something, 32%. So, but ultimately I feel like the Dragon Blade is better than the Shadow Blade. So, there's that. That's the one that I'll be using, is this Dragon's Talon, which I think is better. Obviously better than the other stuff, than the Blade of the Felled Titan. So there's that. Let me see what my accuracy is quick. I'll go through all these stats separately. 32%, yeah, so I have extra on that. And then here it is, the amulet that I've been going for a while. I basically spent a good week going for this on live streams and stuff. And we finally got it, kind of randomly. I got it out of the chest. If you want to go check out that video, you can. It's one of my recent videos. And we got the Lady of the Spider's Lure. Best amulets. I guess, I don't know, some people say the Divine gives more, crit? I think it gives more crit. I'm not sure. I'd have to compare it. I don't know. But ultimately, I feel like this is better because the blades, these two 35% blades are amazing. So that really just makes this the best amulet for Storm, is those. And then, of course, stats are amazing. I mean, compared to what I was using in the past, which was the Relic, and just compare those stats and you'll be like, yeah, the Lady of the Spider's Lure is a lot better than that. So glad that we finally got that amulet. Now the ring was something that I was have been farming for recently with Mel, and if you compare it, basically what this Night Orb ring is a slight upgrade of the Storm Owl ring. It's 10 levels above, so it has You know, kind of a slight change in the stats. It gives 1% on the power pip and 1% on the damage, and the other things are slightly buffed as well. So basically the upgraded Storm Owl's Terror Ring is what I went for, which is this Night Orb Ring. Took me, I don't know, probably 15 plus, I'd say around 15 tries to actually get this. So it's from a boss in the Black Hole, which is kind of a obscure dungeon that most people just do it once and they forget about it. But yeah, there's a Night Orb's Ring. Basically what I think this is if you completely have all your other pieces of gear, you can go for this to get like that slight boost in stats, that 1% damage, something like that. Because I used to always use the Storm Owl Ring, and people told me there's an upgrade of it, so I went for this. I know some people still like the Alpha and Omega Ring for the block. I'm not too concerned with block, so as you can tell by me using the Jack Hallows Whaler. Pet's the same. It gives a lot of crit and then the 15% damage, which I think is good. And I know some people ask me, why don't I go for a pet that has more damage, which I could eventually, but I feel like this one is fine for now. I mean, if I didn't have this pet with that much crit, I wouldn't have over 600 crit, which I think is kind of really useful. I mean, people rarely block me, so 600 crit is, I think, really good for Storm. Night Wyvern Mount, which is like my favorite for my Storm character. Curse the Howling Wolf is the crafted card deck that you can use if you craft it from the Darkmoor vendor. And slightly difficult, I remember, to craft this, but definitely worth it with the 18 crit, the pip, and then some health. So there's that. So let's go ahead and look at the actual stat pages. So 117 damage, used to be 116 before that Night Orb Ring. So I like having that much damage, which is awesome. I know you can get higher with certain pets and stuff, but perfectly fine with 117%. 34 resist across the board except for Shadow. What gives that extra 2%? It's the Cards of the Howling Wolf. Yeah. Accuracy 32%. So, I mean, most of that comes from the Malister's Cloak, 25% of that. Crazy. 637 crit. My pet gives 3% of that, and ultimately that 3% goes a long way because without that 3%, I wouldn't be above 600. So, I think that's the pet is really helpful for that. And 168 block, which isn't the best block, but I do block, what, a third of everything? Almost a third of all incoming attacks. So, I don't know. I could go for more if I really wanted to. If I really felt like the fight, if I get crit on, then it would be really bad. Then I would put on a different wand. But, you know, I'm pretty okay with 168. 15 armor piercing, 97% on the power pips, which is awesome. Only a 3% chance to get a regular pip. So I think that's pretty essential because Storms want to hit as soon as possible. And getting power pips is really helpful for that. 5% Shadow Pip bonus and then 20% incoming heals. There's my other stats for my health and mana. The health, I'm looking forward to getting over 4,000 health, but I don't think that's going to happen until the new world. So yeah, there's that. I used to have over what, 4,000 when I had when I used this. Back before I actually had a good amulet, I used to use this thing for the health. And yeah, slightly below 4,000, so we'll get there eventually. Alright, so that's going to about wrap it up for this video. Hope that helped some people that had questions about my Storm stats, because people always seem to have those kind of questions, especially about like my pet and stuff. So here's my pet one more time for people that always ask what the stats are on it. But yeah, again, hope that helped people, and if it did, make sure to leave a like in the video to show your support. And basically, I'll just be kind of waiting for whatever new things are going to come out for Wizard, you know. Hopefully the spring update, whenever that comes out, there'll be some new things that we can look at and cover. But until then, that is going to be it. I don't even have anything really to farm for, I don't think. Like, after I got this ring, I think that was about it. So, I don't know. I'll be continuing with the pirate walkthrough, maybe do some other Wizard videos here and there. But yeah, we're at this point, we're just kind of waiting for whatever new things Wizard decides to release. And we'll see if that happens this spring. But that's going to be it. So, thanks again for watching, and I will see you all next time.